What's up, warrior? Welcome back to Daily Wisdom. We are in the end of the first week of a huge 90-day business expansion mode. I am going through day by day plays, giving you principles, helping your business, helping your life. Within an organization called the Warrior Movement, we train people to build phone-based businesses in a fun, simple, professional way. But whether you're within the Warrior Movement or you're outside, these principles will help you with your business. So if you missed any of the other days, this is day 5 right now. Go back to my YouTube, subscribe there, and you can catch up as well too. We talked about things like setting your goals, how to get over the hump, like how to just make this first week spectacular. And today we're going to end it and round it off with how to level up. So let me ask this question. Scale 1 to 10, how was your week? How was your week? 10 being the best, 1 being like it sucked, 5 being it was in between. If you're anything like me, this week was mixed with ups and downs. Started with great intentions, started with great wants. And guess what? Disruption follows intention. And then we talked about a break through that terror barrier, and then how to just go back to the basics and make it good. We have a 5, we have a 5, we have an 8. Awesome. I appreciate the transparency. And I want to challenge us today, 7, good. I want to challenge us today to level up to the next place. Because what's the purpose of setting all these goals? What's the purpose of wanting to 10x our business? What's the purpose of the next promotion? Yes, one of it is to achieve a certain lifestyle. In fact, it's super exciting to see within the Warrior Movement, just not even a week in, we are seeing people getting paid faster and bigger than we've ever seen before. In fact, we have a teammate right now. Her name is Angie. She just hit a promotion called vice president, which within this business is the top 2%. And it was awesome because she is on the flight to Bahamas right now. She's going on vacay. And then the week after, there's actually a company incentive trip to Puerto Vallarta. And we're going to be hanging out there celebrating vice president and everything. But how awesome is it that not even a little bit into this run, we have teammates getting promoted and they're doing it in style, which is awesome. So one part of it is that major victory, right? Let me ask this question. Who here would love to be able to travel where you want, be able to fund for that and have fun, right? Put a me in the comments if that sounds like a cool goal for you. So one part of what it is that we want is certain lifestyle, certain freedoms. For you, it might not be travel. Maybe it's paying off debt. For you, it might be being able to help out your family. For you, it might be being able to give to your ministry, right? It's all great. But we talked about if you want to have more, then you must do more. And you want to do more, you must first become more. And the most important thing as we wrap up this first week in the run to think about and to meditate on is how did we level up this week? Because if you can have the things that you already wanted being the way that you were, you'd already have them. So it's important that the real game, the real focus every single day as an entrepreneur, every single week, every single month is yes, our metrics and yes, our sales and yes, our money. And yes, that's important, but it is a measurement of growth that you've done personally. Looking back, we've been very blessed. We've hit many promotions. We've gone on many cool trips. We've been able to go around the world. We've been able to have some cool toys. Like, these are all amazing things. You know, the honest truth, and I bet you can agree with me on this as well too. What I remember the most isn't the nice house, the cool car. Well, they were cool, to be honest, but it's not any of that. The biggest thing that I remember and I love is the growth process, is the person that I've become. I can remember back to the challenging times. For example, my business, I used to be so scared that I could even order food at a restaurant myself. And the greatest unhappiness is self-unhappiness. And I remember finally confronting that fear and going through the repetitions and doing the uncomfortable until it became comfortable and finally getting confident enough where I can honestly say, I don't know if I'm an introvert anymore. I'm not sure. I love people. I love talking to people. And obviously I do this all day. You know, I can remember back to the times when making a paycheck in my business was a struggle, where I thought it was just a stroke of luck type of thing. And I remember my checks would go up and then zero, and then up and then zero. And then I remember finally breaking through, understanding a system of a way of doing things and a way of thinking about things, where finally every week I would get paid through my business, whether that was $5 or $100 or $1,000. It was a consistent paycheck. And I remember that breakthrough happening. I remember what I learned in that process. So in this week, what I want us to reflect on first is, what is something that you have gained? How have you grown and leveled up in your personal growth, in your business growth, in your life? Put it in the comments below. It's important to celebrate the progress, because work always does work. It's either working for you, like Angie, who's going to Bahamas as a new vice president with a nice paycheck. That's a pretty cool paycheck. That's a paycheck nearing with a comma in it, by the way. Pretty cool. Or it might be work personally, something you've overcome, a fear you've overcome, a skill set you've gained, a new breakthrough that you've had. Work always works. It either works for you or it works on you. So what I like to evaluate every single week is, how did I grow? What did I learn? How did I get better? And if you do that week by week, month by month, day by day, then it is inevitable that you're going to become the person that you need to be, to unleash the inner warrior that you have, that you are, to be able to do the things that we need to do, to be able to help the people that we need to be able to help, to be able to earn and have the things that we do desire to have. You've had to push past your own mental barriers and learning this new business. Congratulations. Those are major things. Don't we know that things start in the mind first and then they manifest in the physical reality? So I reflect on that. What are the things that I grew in? And then I also reflect on, what are the things that challenged me? What are the things that took me down? And that's okay, right? I had somebody, Nicole Loomis, she mentioned this, that I said the other day, that there's only either winning or there's learning. There is no losing. Well, losing is if you quit. So obviously you're still here, so you haven't quit yet. But there's winning or learning. And to be honest, as much as we don't like challenges and tribulation, isn't it true that those are the greatest growth opportunities if we choose it to be? Now, growth doesn't come intentionally. Growth needs to be looked at. So if you're facing a barrier or a challenge, have you confronted it? Have you actually asked for advice about it? Have you tried to do things a different way? Because if we keep on doing what we're doing, we're going to keep on getting what we're getting. Warrior, I want to challenge you today. Of course, celebrate the progress, but really look at the things, the weaknesses. Look at the flaws. Look at the things that held you back, the mental barriers, the skill sets that you need to get sharpened at, the things in your schedule that seem to always take you down. You know, those excuses that we say to ourselves, and we know our excuses, but we still let them be valid. Ooh, I have them. Why don't we today look at those? And why don't we confront it in the forefront, in the face? And why don't we say, what am I going to do different this next week to level up? Because I know across that fear, across that challenge, overcoming that is going to be the key to my victory, is going to be the key to my breakthrough. We all have that. The reality is we all have challenges that are right in front of us, aren't we? It says that God doesn't show us the entire staircase. He only shows up the next step. And usually that step shows up as a challenge. If you have a challenge in mind, you know, needs to be overcome, put a 1 in the comments. You know, it's a thing that's holding you back. You know, it's a thing that keeps on getting to you. Maybe it's a discipline thing. Maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it's a health thing. Maybe it's a business thing. Maybe it's a mental block thing. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know ourselves well. It's important that we confront that. And it's important that we do something different to overcome it. But my challenge as we end this week is that we level up in that. How? Think. How do I do things different? How do I do things different? And if today you can end and you can say, I've reflected and I've gained knowledge there. I've reflected and I know what happened and I know how I'm going to overcome it. That, my friend, is how you can level up. And that's how in this 90-day run, you're really, really going to be able to grow. All right, everybody. So if that was encouraging, hope that was helpful. If you're not yet subscribed, by the way, to my YouTube, please do so, because we're going over this and more day-by-day plays on Monday through Friday to help you achieve more personal growth in your business, in your life. If you're part of the Warrior Movement, by the way, tomorrow's going to be a big day. We're in the middle. We actually have our hands on a business pilot program that is super exciting. It's the most exciting thing I've seen as an online entrepreneur after 14 years. And we're already seeing record-breaking growth. We're already seeing record-breaking paychecks. So if you're not in the Warrior Movement, but you'd like some more information about that, fill out the link in the bio or the caption that says work with me, or shoot me a message. We'd love to share that with you. But otherwise, I'm just excited for you. I can see the breakthrough. I'm seeing stories from everywhere. And I love seeing you either live or on replay. I read through all the comments, by the way. I know who's watching. I know what's going through with you. If there's anything that we can do to help, or any questions you have, by the way, or even topics you'd like me to address in the next coming days, let me know. Like, put them in the comments. Like, let me know, and I will feed them into these sessions so we can help you get exactly what you want to be able to get done. But Warriors, week one of this run is pretty much done. Let's wrap up week one strong. Let's make sure that we are leveling up today. And other than that, we will see you back on next week on Monday. And feel free to share this, tag someone in this that needs to watch this as well too. All right, let's crush today. Warriors out.